Good morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse with Chris and Tess and Busen and Mom. Yay! Where Mom's being overly polite and not dragging Taz into the channel, but she will remember that and drag his little butt out of things and into the channel anytime she feels like it's so there. Yeah.
Because
You
I'm
are
having
still too
I'm
polite.
having so interesting conversations with myself.
You
I
never know.
actually have an interesting solution.
Yes.
As you could wait in this channel next
Oh,
time.
yeah, there is that. You can jump into this channel anytime you want to.
Well, when I log on an half an hour early and jump into a game so I can't see the monitor anymore, it's just
Yeah, there is that.
so I don't forget it, because sometimes I get really hooked on my game and I'll completely forgot I opened Discord. Like,
No,
Chris tried to contact me yesterday. And I was like
Kristen?
3 hours later, oops.
It was the day before yesterday, but yeah. I was there hoping for a chat, but Taz didn't answer in time, and then I was busy for the rest of the day, so I was like, okay, well, bummer on you. You answered too late.
How dare people have other things going on in their lives?
I know!
Really?
I guess you totally wait for all of our messages to come through.
Well, I got almost done with leveling all the ships on one of my other tunes, and then I just realized that I got another ship today. So it's not quite done yet. Every time I get everything
Sure.
done, I've got another one to do. But it was kind of nice. I went through it, and I think it was the Crenham Science Festival. You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, though.
That was surprisingly good out of the box with, just throwing on the same equipment I'd been using. It was like, ooh, this could be a revisit very easily. So
Nice.
I may have to go back and play with that one a bit more.
It's a really good ship.
It is. I was kind of surprised at just how nice it was.
Nowadays, it's not the best anymore, but it
Oh,
was
no.
one of the best science ships for a bit when it came out.
Well, I've got the same build that I'm just
I
picking up
keep-
and moving from one ship to the next for the purpose of leveling. And it's interesting how, without really changing anything, some builds are, some ships are just that much better.
I find it interesting that so many people are saying, ooh, the Crenham Science Vessel, it's such a good science ship. I do
used to
science, and it never got a position in my roster. I went in, grabbed the set item, and parked it.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
did
played
you
it
already
once.
have the Vern?
I put a proper ship on it once, and no.
See, the problem with that was if you already had the Vern science vessel,
If
you
I
didn't need to go Crenham anymore.
have you ever seen me fly the Vern?
Which one?
No, but
The Vern is
Vern.
another ship that goes under the same
It's-
category. What
I believe
what
it was
are
the
folk
tier.
smelling
the
to be
tier
able to
6,
make
well-
this ship so good?
Well, in any case, for basically taking it out of the box and running it for 3 patrols, it was surprisingly good and didn't blow up on me versus a lot of the other ships. So I'm very happy with it.
It's probably the out-of-box experience people are talking about.
It can be, because there's a lot of times out of the box it's like, ooh.
And a week later, it's like,
Yeah. Bear in mind, I'm running 3 patrols on it and then discharge. 3 patrols, discharge. But it wasn't bad. It's an interesting way to compare it because it's always the same build, just over and over and over and over. And I'm surprised also that I put Tilly's shields on it. I'm not as happy with Tilly's shields as I thought I would be.
These
Really?
shields are good for the regen with the 2-set bonus.
But see, I'm not doing that full build.
Or-
On their
or
own, they're
or-
fine. But
Well, on their own, they're
Hit
not
'em
the
or-
best, but yeah.
Or the penetration.
they're
what?
fine. It's just I'm glad I got that because I'll put it on the real build when I decide what ship this is going to get. Speaking of which, this is my accounting. Good morning, Random Noob. This tune is my accounting tune. He's the one who manages the banks and all that other stuff. So I have to think of an appropriately bookkeeper/accounting ship for him. I have no idea which ship is going to be nerdy and analytical enough.
I know. The Quark Marauder, because he embezzled your energy credits.
That's the one ship that's still... Well, that's not true. It's one of two ships still in the box. I do have the Marauder.
I'm just saying, if they're handling your money, they
That's-
probably got themselves a Quark Marauder.
That's actually a very
Or,
good
Nate's
concept.
Marauder.
It fits in with the headcanon of the accounting person.
Yeah.
We have an ad
No,
running,
you
by the way.
paid for
so-
that ship.
We all paid for that ship, but it was free, and I'm using
Nobody
quotation
paid
marks.
for that ship.
It was a joke. Well, technically, if nobody paid for it, we all paid for it. It's just like
Yeah, I
government
mean,
subsidies are free, except they really aren't because everybody paid for them.
Well, we suffered enough, so yeah, we paid for it.
Oh, I didn't
We
suffer.
have to suffer the lag and all the maintenance and, bad descriptions in tooltips. So yeah, we earned it.
Random Noob says, I just made a new character. I call her Starfleet's Customer Service Agent 31, and on Xbox, I randomly message players asking them about their starship's extended warranty. Nicely played, Random Noob. Very well done indeed.
Dolores from HR.
Exactly, Dolores from HR. I love Dolores from HR.
I'm just like, could make Dolores from HR and message people.
Well, that's a different thing. So this has to be Agent 31, but it's still pretty good. And how are you this morning, Chris? You've barely been able to get a word in edgewise.
Oh, I'm at work and I'm bored to death, so same old, same old.
Hey.
Gladly not suffering a terrible headache like I did yesterday. So.
Oh, man, that sucks. I am so sorry.
Well, that was yesterday. I fought it off at the end of the day, so
I had
at least there's that.
a headache. I'm going to say it was Thursday. And I just wanted to lie down in bed and sleep all day. But of course, I had stuff I had to do. Didn't have the option of taking the day off.
Oh yeah, I
Just,
couldn't lay down and sleep because someone decided to get a diarrhea and that not eat. So
Oh, poor baby.
What?
Poor baby.
what?
I presume it was Hagrid and not you.
Yeah.
I thought it was him.
No.
Well, I thought it was clear when I said someone decided
Yeah.
to get a diarrhea and then refused to eat.
Could be you.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
will
It could
never
be.
refuse to eat even if I have a
Could
diarrhea.
be your neighbor.
I don't
I
think he'd
wouldn't.
care too much.
Care about my neighbors, honestly.
And the ad is finishing now. Suppose we should get around to playing some pew-pew, because next 2 days are crazy busy around here in scenic Indianapolis. Speaking of which, I don't think I'm going to be on tonight. This is subject to change depending on weather, because I do need to go to class, and I think I'm going to go to class tonight. Let's take a look at what it says here. What have we got for weather today? Pleasantly warm. Ooh. Oh, it's dropping into the 50s tomorrow. Ooh. And absolutely no chance of rain today. Perfect day for driving across country. So, yes, I will probably be off tonight. Definitely off tomorrow, as it would have been my, what year is this, 2025? 44th wedding anniversary, so taking the boys out to dinner. It hit the 90s in Minnesota yesterday? Geesh. Well, they'll make up for it in April, Random Noob, because I went to Minnesota in April, when typically it's starting to get warm, to go to a dinner party. And I took an evening gown with, evening dress, something really nice, but little spaghetti straps, bare shoulders, and had to go to Mall of America to get a sweatshirt to wear instead, because it dropped to -4.
Well, at least the nipples are showing.
Oh my
No
god.
ice cubes for mom.
Thank you.
Do you know the reference of the ice cubes?
Not really, no. I mean, I can make assumptions, but...
Paul Verhoeven's Showgirls.
Oh, Lord, that's such a
some
bad movie.
point-
I actually have
but
watched that
that's-
movie.
At some point, she's given ice. Put this on.
I have watched that movie. I am ashamed to say it, but that movie was awful.
Well, they tell her to do something with those ice cubes.
Yeah, I can imagine what she does
For the
with the
look.
ice cubes.
Well, she gives a look like, I don't want to do this. But then she has to go on stage and she's like, kind of jealous of the other girls, goes, whatever. And just use the ice cube.
You were saying to us,
I,
before we sank into discussing that awful POS movie.
I like that movie.
Wasn't that
It was
Strange.
ahead of its time. And it just came out.
Ahead of its
decade too
time,
early
it's
for-
glorified porn.
Yeah, that's
don't
what I
think
was
so.
about to
The
say.
thing
It's
is-
a mild porn version, so you could show it on TV.
They've had it on
Yeah,
TV?
but the thing is, when it came out,
Yeah.
it fell flat because people just didn't like that much
Porn.
explicitness in their
No,
movie.
people love explicitness
However-
in their movie. Let's not kid ourselves. It's
No, 10 years later, that movie would have been a much bigger success because people are more desensitized
No.
to seeing that
Oh, no.
stuff on TV.
You are 100% wrong. That movie flopped because the acting... I think it was Drunken Heretic who described something the other day as weapons-grade acting. That is exactly
You mean
what it is.
Shatner?
No, Shatner is like Olivier compared to, what's her name, Elizabeth Berkley. And there's an actor in it who in most things I
don't
like...
Jesse Spano.
I don't even know who that is. Who's the male
Her
lead?
character in Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I don't know that one. Who is the male lead in Showgirls? He played Paul Atreides.
Oh my god, I
Uh,
can't remember his name. There
Yeah.
is a reason. Oh yeah, he went into all those girly chicks.
he
Kyle
did.
MacLachlan?
Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Kyle
you.
MacLachlan. He only did girly flicks afterwards, so I completely ignored him.
Well, he does.
He had such a good start too.
Yeah, he actually does the occasional things. Elizabeth Berkley, who played by the Bell in Showgirls. Yeah, that's who we're talking about, Random Noob. Her. Weapons
And
grade
In
acting.
Saved by the Bell, her character was Jesse Spano.
I never once in my entire life have seen Saved by the Bell.
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
It's not a
but
movie. It was a
from-
TV series in the States.
Okay, TV series then.
So,
you're talking about?
I-
Never heard of it, and I never plan to see it.
That's okay. You're not
Just
missing anything
judging-
if I can remember things
So-
No, I'm
correctly.
just judging from Musing's expression. The more he praises it, the more I do. No, I don't want to see
It-
that.
Yep.
It was like kids in high school, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, kids in school.
kids in school.
Uh,
And it revolved around, kids in school. It wasn't like these days where it would be a lot of deep content when they go home to their troubled lives.
wow.
It was them in high school or grade school. I don't remember what it was.
They still tackled some very deep subject matter. Like the
Tackled-
episode about
Tackled?
drugs.
Tackled
Where they
is
had
a bit of an overstatement, I would guess, just from what I know of it.
The-
Maybe lightly brushed upon.
They
Dusted?
had a whole episode where Elizabeth Berkley's character was taking pills to study and got heavily addicted. And they really didn't pull punches for that episode. Saved by the Bell had some really good ones.
Was that not a 30-minute show?
Yeah.
Okay, so they had less than 22 minutes of content. You don't tackle much in 22 minutes. Not with deep...
for a kids show, that was a lot.
Okay,
At
for a
the
kid
time.
show. That's what it reminds me of. The after school special. That was a TV series. I think it was ABC. Used to have something called the after school special, and they would have appropriately aged content for like grade schoolers or middle schoolers, tackling some deeper topics, and that would have been one that they would have handled at that time. But it was an hour and a half content. So you actually could have a setup, development, and a denouement in with
Well,
some level of it. It wasn't great, but it was still a little bit more interesting than 30 minutes of pills.
you'd be surprised by that pill popping episode.
I'll never know, will I?
No, because you're probably not going to watch it for one
Nope.
episode.
Nope, I barely have time in my life to catch up on things I actually do want to see. And then, of course,
I actually,
go ahead.
I actually like love that show. So
Mhm.
when there was a game show and the picture of Mark Paul Gosselaar, who
don't know who that
plays
is.
Zachary Morris in Saved by the Bell, was up in the corner, and they had to name all those actors uh, or celebrities, right? Um,
Celebrities?
I
I
was
don't
sad.
think any celebrities came out
No,
of that series.
I was just sad to hear somebody say, "Oh, that's Justin Bieber." He doesn't even look like Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber could walk down the street next to me and I would have no idea who he is except for people staring at him.
Be glad. Be glad.
Who?
No, I said be glad.
I'll be glad. Yes.
You don't recognize him.
Let's see. There's a couple of people in that series who are in other things. One of them is Tiffany Thies, and I think she does a very interesting cooking show these days. And
Tiffany Amber.
He's still
Thiessen.
alive?
she was last time I saw her doing a cooking show.
It's Shannon Dorothy who passed away,
I don't know. Doherty.
and not
Doherty.
Tiffany Amber Thies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there is Leah Remini, who is in something, but she's actually well known now because she became a Scientologist and then left and has done kind of an expose type series on that, which has been kind of interesting. But yeah, those would be about the two. There's a few others in here whose names are vaguely familiar, but that's about it. Let's see, that was 1989, so yeah, my son was just born. There is no way I was watching television.
Yeah, after the regular Saved by the Bell, you also got Saved by the Bell, the college years.
Oh, God. Chris asks a very poignant and appropriate question. Any chance for some Trek content in Pew Pew? Heck yeah, Chris. What do you want to do? I have...
Some birdships destroy and destructible torpedoes, which could be combined because there's very few destructible torpedoes. 3 of them in total. It could be like a hive or something.
Musin, you in on this?
Sure, let me just ready up a starship.
Okay. So which one did you want to do, Chris? I don't see Taz in here, so I assume Taz is just here to cheer us on and talk about terrible movies and bad acting.
No one reminded me that we had to play some Star Trek, so I totally forgot. I'm online now.
Reminded
Okay.
you? I'm sorry, like it's show at the time where the Endeavors reset. What else are we here for?
That's right. It's 6:19 and Taz has not completed his endeavors.
Where's your
I-
Oh my God.
completionist?
Yeah, I know. I know. How is this possible?
I don't know, someone's slacking clearly.
Mm-hmm. So, Chris, what did you want to do? Because I have Undine ships in the battle zone and Terran ships in the battle zone, which I don't care about either one.
Well, I was thinking maybe Hive because it should spew some destructible torpedoes.
So
3
there's-
of them should be enough for me.
Okay.
Plus it destroys Borg ships.
There you go. Hive is queued up. Oh, I had such great luck with my endeavors yesterday. On multiple accounts, I had Borg ships, and on 2 of them, I had Borg ships and a Borg TFO, and it's like, yes!
Oh yeah,
Oh, that was so nice.
we love a good lineup.
Wee woo?
We
Wait.
have a Weaver protocol enabled.
Oh, hey,
What?
it's Hive.
Yes, it's odd. That's what Chris requested.
That'll be fun. Should really do my other ship then, but whatever. This will be fun too.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I came in and the camera panned around about 135 degrees, so instead of looking at the Hive Collective behind us, it was kind of looking out into space like, I could go that way instead.
That's what Cerritos would do.
So, anyone seen how many people are losing their jobs over Charlie Kirk?
No? How many
It's
Why would someone's
basically
death make people lose jobs?
Yeah, that's a good question.
because
'Cause
they are being
they-
extremely vocal about
Oh,
it. Like,
okay.
oh my god, this is the best thing that ever happened.
That is
Fire.
That will be when someone else dies.
that is just
Well,
tacky.
well,
I'm sorry, guys. Everybody's entitled to your political opinions. That is just fine. Wishing ill on anybody, especially with saying that's a good thing they've died, is not a good thing. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. It's not good for anybody.
I'm just
Even
glad
if you
some people
believe it
take
deep in your
action.
heart, folks. Not you guys, but people out there in the world. STFU. Somebody's grieving. Not you guys. I mean, I don't have an issue with political chat, except it's not appropriate. But, you know, there's such a thing as behaving. Did you get a chance to get any destructible torpedoes, Chris?
Yeah, I got them all.
Oh,
And
sweet.
All the bird ships.
Well, warships, I'm not surprised about that.
Even the only thing amusing in all of this is the irony of what he was saying and what actually happened to him. It was so
Yeah.
for gun availability, and well, there you go. He was ready
Yep.
to pay the price, so he paid it.
Well, you
What?
never think it's going to happen to you. What are you putting?
I mean, that's the whole irony of it. You spew all that crap all around until it happens to you, and then suddenly, oh no, maybe we should talk about gun availability. It's like, okay, now it affects
That
you. So now you're
happened,
afraid.
Taz.
Yep.
That was a good run. I enjoyed it.
All 3
It was
seconds of
very
it.
fast. Yeah, it lasted so fast. I'm more interested in at what happened in Nepal over the last week. I don't know if you heard, guys,
So are you guys okay over there right now?
but
Where you are? With your drones and everything?
I'm not
Oh,
near
there you
Nepal, but
Oh, no.
yeah, I'm fine here.
Okay.
Nothing more
What
happened.
happened in Nepal?
They overthrew a corrupt government in over less than a week. Gen Z, actually.
Well, there you go.
Started. It's been ongoing frustration that kept piling up in Nepal because the
Yeah.
government kept accumulating wealth, and like government officials, family members kept flaunting their wealth in social media all over the place. They kept raising taxes. They didn't do any proper reforms. People were unemployed and unhappy. And then on last Monday, they've imposed some sort of ban on social media so people can communicate and, express their frustration. That got to a point when they actually marched to the streets and burned down the parliament building to the ground.
So,
And then the protests went so viral and so all around the capital and all the major cities that the government officials literally resigned, fled the country in helicopters from their houses.
Oh.
One of the ministers, I think it was Minister of Treasury, but I'm not sure, fled his house and left his disabled wife at his home.
Oh, lovely.
Abandoned her. What the protesters did, they carried her out of the house and brought her to a hospital. That's
Oh.
how the protesters were. They elected the new first ever female prime minister on Discord.
On
Who
Discord.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
Discord.
they
Yeah,
use
they have
Discord.
voting on Discord with emotes. It sounds as cringe as it is, but they've actually elected someone who was very anti-corrupt judge during her time at the judiciary. She was almost kicked out by the government because she was so anti-corruption and she was so fighting corruption in the country. Now she's the prime minister, and after all the protests, after all the looting, destruction of the public property, now the Gen Z and the people who protested are helping rebuild their infrastructure. And that happened in less than a week, in literally 5 days.
So let
It was
me
actually
give you the article
I'm
out of Reuters here. A former DJ and his obscure Nepalese nonprofit used a social media app popular with video gamers to drive massive protests and become the unlikely power brokers in installing the country's new interim leadership. And down a couple articles. Social media had been banned, so the group used VPNs to access banned platforms and issued calls of actions that reached tens of thousands of people. Yeah, they were using Discord.
yeah,
Love
they
it.
used the Discord to
Love
elect their
it.
prime minister. I love to
How
see
long?
it. It's
How long until we get a like rating, just like that one episode of the Orville?
I have
what?
no idea.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The episode of the Orville where everybody had to vote if they liked you and you
Yeah.
were allowed in society.
Yeah, I remember that one
Like, how
vaguely.
long before we get that one? Because
Eh.
we're already doing votes on Discord.
Well, no.
Musen, if you really want one, I can go out and make one for you.
I don't need a
When-
like counter.
When
I am
you
very
reach
well liked.
100 dislike, it will self-detonate with the force
Ooh.
of a brick of C4.
Ooh.
Okay,
Oh.
are you going to
No, let's not
advertise
go
that
there.
to everybody who
No,
has
I'm-
to press a
I'm-
like
I'm
or
o-
dislike?
No, I'm only making one for you, and I'm making a dislike button to everyone else.
Yeah. The thing is, if you just say, this is going to explode at 100 dislikes, people are going to press dislike just to have it explode.
What's your point?
People love explosions. It has nothing to do with likes or dislikes.
Oh, I'm sure it will get more appropriate reactions sooner than one would count at the time. Yeah, so that's
I don't know,
happened
it can
in
get a lot of
Nepal,
likes.
and I'm so impressed by what they did, and they managed to organize themselves. There was actually a guy on transition. There was a guy who was supposed to transit from China to UK. He was a tourist, and he was kind of forced to like land in Nepal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like having a camera and he landed on Monday, on the first day of mass protest, and he was in the middle of all of this. He
Wow.
recorded all of that.
Wow.
He was running wild around when burning cars in the streets, like the smoke from the Parliament building, the real open fire. And he was running around, like running away from the police. I was using the tear gas. He was recording all of it, putting it on TikTok and his YouTube. He kind of became history over that. The protesters really took a liking to him because they have social media. They started watching him what he was doing, and they were having so much respect for him being there. And instead of like sitting in like I don't know, a basement and like hiding, he was in there in the middle of everything, documenting it for like posterity, really, because that's what he eventually did. Putting that all up, and the guy became total legend in a matter of a few days.
I want to
It's
say
so
to
insane.
the political people out there, none of whom are listening right now, this should be a cautionary tale for you.
It is,
Yeah.
because it's picking up in also, I think, Hawaii? No, not Hawaii. God, I forgot the name of. It's getting picked up in other countries
Yeah.
that are feeling that they are being treated unfairly by their corrupt governments, and they're starting to like that is really getting some traction, and people are starting to raise questions whether we still remember that we are the majority. It's like like maybe 20 old men sitting in cabinets and like thinking they have everything at their grasp, but if the masses raise, and we're talking about billions of people against like a couple of hundred, maybe a couple of thousand, yeah, things might not fall into place as they would like to. But
That's
I'm just saying, I'm liking the direction it's taking, and that the other countries are like starting to very much look on to that, and it's like, what if we did the same? Love to see it. Well, I've done my endeavors. I'm done.
Oh, well,
I'm set for the
well,
day.
mine's garbage, so what should we do?
Physical damage ground and defeat Vardvar ground.
I'm
Do it
Have fun.
yourself.
wondering. I'm still wondering why there's only 4 people in the damage parts when we did a 5-man PO.
I have no clue.
Of course, you cannot pulse me, Musen. I said you're not allowed anymore.
How did you do that?
How did I
How
already?
how do you keep him from parsing you?
Very, very easy. You just stop doing DPS when he's in our group with you.
Oh, well, okay. And we still did that much? Wow.
So what did you
Wait,
do in that?
did,
You just stood there and looked pretty?
Yeah. Didn't you see I was following you guys around?
No.
There was
Wait.
so much chaos I couldn't.
Yeah, it's one of the more chaotic ones, and considering how fast everything happened, I just
All the
assumed you were
debris,
destroying it all.
Yeah, all the
Musen-
debris and destroyed ships and explosions. No, I couldn't bother.
okay. So wait,
Musen is
you're,
too
you're,
horny for parsing me, so I make an effort of making sure he's not getting a pulse.
I'm not horny for parsing you. You are making it that.
And
I just parse.
You're
So
making-
are
you're
you
making
like
such an-
literally
Guys.
are you like literally not shooting anything because
Yeah,
I am present?
If you're in my party, I do not shoot anything because
So-
I know you're trying to pulse
I,
me.
You
I
know-
wa- can I say
no.
something? That
I'm-
took 74 seconds. What would we have done if you had been there, Taz?
I would have
30 seconds.
had higher DPS. So technically, Taz is just sabotaging all our numbers
I don't
by
care.
not participating.
I don't care about my numbers
really
on this
couldn't
one.
care about DPS.
No,
It's just
I was the thing
YouTube.
I was actually wondering is like if Taz doesn't show up on the parse, but he had shot stuff, then the numbers are in the parse are all off.
Well, the numbers in the
That's
parse
the
are
only
always
thing I'm
slightly
worried
off.
about.
Yeah, but it's not like we're using it for anything.
No,
Yeah.
but for some reason Taz has it in his head that I am desperately trying to parse him. And it's
Yeah,
like,
well, every time we do something, you're like, but Taz is not on the pulse. But
Guys.
Taz
this is
not on the
Guys.
pulse.
Hold on.
Oh.
This is twice. This was
Oh,
the
he's
second
mad now.
time I
Gentlemen,
mentioned it.
knock it off. Thank you. Let's just go shoot some more stuff that isn't
You
particularly
gotta upload, by the way, Mom.
for 21.9. I don't care. This is a POS ship. I
no,
just
but-
did it for leveling.
That's your highest on that character up till now.
No, not at all.
It is on the leaderboards.
Yep,
The
that's
highest
because I don't generally.
with this character that's been uploaded.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This ship's got a real ship. This is just mine running around doing stuff. Let's see. I have Terran ships in the battle zone. Ugh. Undine ships in the battle zone. Ugh. Polaron damage on the ground. Yuck. Chris says you're done. Taz, you got anything left on your list?
Taz has
No,
ground
Taz has
stuff.
got ground stuff. Ugh.
Vardvar on the ground.
Nope, that's not happening.
No. Mm-mm.
Though, how many do you have on the ground?
60.
I have.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on. No, I've been going to Kabali, going to the upper hillside, but instead of going into the 2 missions, I go out the other entrance, and there's a place that if you go out and kind of hook around the corners, they just keep spawning like 6 at a time. So you do one side, run over to the other side of the little valley, do 6 more, run back, and it's about 3 minutes all told for 60. It's pretty fast. I was surprised. Well, we can't do randoms because we might accidentally get ground, and we can't do that to Chris. So somebody pick something good and let's do it.
Last time we did guillotine, we have good power creep. Or we could do Jupiter Ratters. We haven't done that in a
I
while.
switched
either.
ships, so
Okay.
you know, because that ship was
So-
good for fun.
Sorry. Something just went wrong on my screen. You want to try guillotine and see if we can actually pull this one off without it taking 15 minutes?
So
Well, we can do take something else. I'm not.
I mean,
Plus
the
about
ship
it.
I love guillotine. It's one of my favorite ones, but the last 2 times I've picked it up in randoms, it's just been pound your head into the ground level of incompetence, including me.
don't worry, Mom.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I
Taz
never
and I
worry.
are here.
I never
This is
worry.
gonna be easy.
And Taz,
And
don't
this
forget,
is
guillotine is really hard to parse because everybody's
this,
spread out.
this
I'm
is the
not
beautiful
joining.
part. I only parse the hive and the infected, and normally nothing else.
Taz, did you say you weren't joining?
Just
Yeah,
Okay. Do you want to?
not joining Muson's parser.
Okay. Are you
okay.
joining the
Even
team?
though I don't parse guillotine.
Yeah. You can't really parse
I don't think
guillotine.
I've ever seen anyone parse it,
It's
actually,
it's
'cause
too big of a
There's
map.
virtually
no
impossible. Yeah.
no, it's not even that. There's no like ranking being kept for that map. Like
Yeah, it's
parsing damage on certain maps only gets uploaded if you do those specific maps. You can parse on every map, but it won't get
yeah, it's just that it's
uploaded. It
generally
won't
so
get
spread
saved.
out.
Yeah,
It's
because
So
I think it
whoever
depends how
parsing
close you
is
are
going.
to the parser.
It does focus in on who's ever parsing, so it's in that area. And problem with guillotine
yeah,
for it, even though you get some damage, it's spread out, so you're only really seeing what you're doing, and it's also inconsistent because you get too much downtime.
Yeah, I've run a TFO with Trisander, and he had two people parsing at the same time. I ended up having, I think, 4,000 DPS difference
Yeah.
on between them, and
yeah.
that's just because one was farther away from me than
Mm-hmm.
the other. So it was really interesting that to see how much differential that generates. And ISA map, sorry, that was Elite. ISE map is still relatively small and compacted. You're not flying about willy-nilly all about.
Yeah.
It's not like Kittimer Vortex or anything like it, so everything is more compacted, and still the proximity differential made a 4K difference. So it's like, whoa. That's a
Good
difference.
morning, 47 Alpha Tango, and good morning, Chosen, who asks, what waist style should I use? Personally, I think the Ampere waist works for most dress styles because it really just gives that light gathering underneath the bust and allows it to flow freely, which is why it was such a nice style for the Jane Austen period. However, it's kind of out of style these days. It tends to look a little bit too much moo-moo-ish, if you will. So if you're going these days, try using princess seaming, but piece out the bodice a little bit more tightly. Does that help you? And I know that's not the question he's asking, but I figure that's the thing I know. Give me dress information, I can help you. Ship information, I have no clue. I'm mainly choosing one for my Stowe Admiral character. Oh, so we are talking about clothing. Woo! It depends on how male or female. And then on the figure. But overall, I'm going to say that most outfits look good when they draw the eye down from shoulder to waist. But if you've got a real shoulder heavy character, you don't want to emphasize that too much. Always look for balance. She's a female. Okay, so you want to go triangular.
I'm trying to understand which female thought it was a great idea to try out thongs on males.
Thongs on males?
That doesn't look good no matter what you try and position you try and putting it in.
Okay, so I grew up with thongs being those little flip-flops you wear at the beach. You know, those shoe things that are made out of cheap plastic. Those are thongs the way I grew up. When I found out thongs were something else, I'm like, okay. That's not what I was thinking. Yeah, no, thongs aren't particularly attractive on a lot of people, we'll have you know.
Nope, absolutely not. So females who are into it, it boggles my mind.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you seeing?
Right.
It looks horrible.
There's a reason it's called butt floss.
Yeah, there you go, butt floss.
It is not.
Amazing.
Yeah, not an attractive look, I'm sorry. Maybe if you're extremely well-toned, but even then it's like, you're not leaving anything to the imagination. Subtlety.
Neither do banana hammocks, and that's...
Oh no, those, no, just don't. I'm going to 3. Where is the DS9 Taylor? It's Garrick's. So, what is that, like the 3 o'clock
Okay.
position?
The thing is with DS9, all the stores do have little signage icons So
But see, Garrick is near medical, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. But I want to
think
say it's like in the,
before you get the medical, but it might
depends
be
on which
just
direction you're coming from too. But I think it's in the 2 to 3 o'clock position if you're looking at the mini map.
Yeah, sorry, I just had a crash, so I'm logging back in.
Oh, okay.
Loveliest Joe, right?
That would explain. No. I'm sitting here desperately trying to pew-pew a sphere and going, no, no, no. My tray got kind of
Whoa.
unset. What? What are you awing, Taz?
Someone actually made a really, really sexy tune.
Yeah?
No, come back, come back, come back!
Go chase them down.
Coming. Oh, that's how they did that. That was amazing.
Ooh, next Tuesday evening there is, I know you guys aren't here in the States, but for those of you in the States, they are doing a showing of Blazing Saddles. And there is a company called, oh god, not Fandango, Encore Phantom, something like that, where they do.
In my head, I now see a burning horse. Please refrain yourself.
Blazing Saddles is great.
It is quite great.
But for the modern audiences, I would recommend Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, which is an animated remake of that.
Yes, but the thing with
Which is-
yes, thank you very much, 47 Alpha Tango. It is Fathom. I knew there was a name for it. So Fathom is a company that basically does broadcasts nationwide to selected theaters, and you pay a small fee to have your thing shown there. People will do even business meetings that way. So if you've got 1,500 people nationally, you can buy time in a theater and have your meeting live streamed. But they're doing Blazing Saddles on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it. Chosen for a female in general. If you want her to look attractive by standards, as common standards these days, you want to create a triangle from shoulder to waist. Not an exaggerated triangle, but so the widest part of the body typically is going to be the shoulders, and it brings your eyes down to the waist. So the costumes that use things like princess seamings, those are seams that run along the bust line and come down to the waist, tend to be visually attractive. Another way to do it is to use a belt with a fairly obvious buckle at the front, because again, it pulls the eye from shoulder to waist. If you wish to throw curves into it at the hips, that's on you. Different people have different tastes that way.
There was a comment made at the start of this that I'm just really wondering about who that's directed to. Yeah, like whoever that's directed to has to be on Reddit. Lol.
47 Alpha Tango says, Fathom did all the TOS and TNG remastered events back in the day. Been a minute since I've been to the movies. See if there's anything interesting coming up. Yeah, Fathom's interesting because they are. You do have the ability to hire them to do your movie. So if you want to do a national release but one day only, you can pay them to do it. And it's not really expensive either, because the tickets to go see things at Fathom are usually much more expensive because it's a one-off showing.
You know that there is a movie that isn't scheduled to release within the next 100 years?
Okay.
Yes.
John
Yeah, there's
Malkovich
one-
actually shot a movie that is held in an electronic
Yep.
safe where it's supposed to automatically unlock within 100 years.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
only like 1,000 tickets, metal issued, like they're made of metal, so they don't deteriorate like paper. That are going to
But
be
it's still
passed
an
in for
analog tape,
generations.
right?
No, it's digital. I think. I don't know. but there's no existing copy of it anywhere
Yeah,
else outside
but-
of that.
What media did he store it in?
I don't know. It appears to be high-tech, science-sealed, secured for all kind of circumstances like deterioration, electromagnetic fields, etc. Blah blah blah. It's supposed to be so safe that it's like Fort Knox of films.
For
Sound
the
of Music,
optimum
47 Alpha Tango. Oh, I'd love the Sound of Music. That would be worth going to see.
For
So would you say, Tim?
recording purposes, he would store it in analog because that has the potential to
I mean,
go
I don't know for
way
sure. It's just that I know that the vault is electronically secure, that it's supposed to automatically unlock, and no one can unlock it before then. I don't know what kind of medium it is stored on. I don't really know. I know that it's supposed to be impervious to external factors. So if there's a World War II, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, it's supposed to not affect it much.
Can I
Yeah,
tell you my
Unless it
favorite?
destroys the containment.
Can I tell you my favorite
component?
story about secure storage for various media? Which
No.
is there was a company that had something and they need to keep it safe, and every now and then, like every few years, they'd re-access it for their computers, and all of a sudden, every time they'd go to it, it had corrupted slightly, just little glitches here and there. And they called in a company and couldn't figure it out, and just kind of backburned it and forgot about it. Like 6 years later, the guy is watching Nova, of all things. And he's like,
Huh?
huh? Okay, hold on a second. Beep, beep, beep. Calls the company. It doesn't even work for them anymore. Calls them up and said, hey, where do you keep that information? Oh, we keep it in a safe. Okay, can you do me a favor? Sure. Got a paperclip? Uh-huh. Would you go over to the safe with the paperclip? Uh-huh. Is it sticking to the safe? Uh-huh. It's demagnetizing. Well, how's that happening? Well, it's a big hunk of metal sitting on top of the biggest magnet available, the planet. It is slowly magnetizing the safe and slowly
my
corrupting the
God.
data. 47 Alpha Tango
Yeah.
says, I remember hearing about this story. Yeah, it's a Tales from Tech Support story that's just like, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
If you're gonna store any form of information, you need to know that everything degrades no matter how you put it. And
Exactly.
how to make proper storage is that you recopy that storage once a year. That's why they always say back up your data.
Absolutely. Chosen says,
So 100 years later, that movie would have been dust.
yeah, you got
If
to.
it didn't get recopied and recopied and recopied.
What was that, Musin?
That was what was being said at the start of the match. I was like, what?
Oh,
Yeah. That's a comment. That
It
luckily
is. Maybe it didn't mean to go
is
on our
behind
channel.
your picture. No, it was in local.
Oh, it's in local. Yeah,
In the.
I
in
don't
the-
watch
yeah,
local.
I saw that, but I think it was someone continued the conversation and sent it after they left the previous wherever
Ah.
they were.
Yeah, that's when we do the other thing. Let's see. So, getting back to Chosen's costume, she's mainly a rear admiral. She was also born in 2347, joined Starfleet in 2364. So, does that make it around the time of Wrath of Khan?
No, that's way after.
When was Wrath of Khan? Because we're currently in 2401, correct?
I
No,
was
Yeah.
2411.
2411, you're right.
23rd I thought was TOS, 24th I thought was the next generation.
Pretty
and
much,
so
yeah.
on.
So if if your character is born in 2300s, you could easily go with the what is it? The Mighty Maroon, the classic.
2360s when it was, 2270s to 80s is TMP, like Wrath of Khan and stuff like
Okay,
that.
yeah. So the classic Mighty Maroon would work because it does a couple of things structurally. It does have a wider shoulder line. It, because of the belt, has a narrower waist. So that works very well right there. But because it's a female, you might consider putting her into a skirt underneath that instead for the trousers. Pencil skirt works best. That's the straight skirt. And that definitely is going to give you that nice visual line of strong shoulder, nice but not super defined waist, and that continues the visual down because pencil skirts don't pull the eye away from the hips. They just continue that nice narrow line down towards the foot. She's from
I vote to reinstate Dana's original outfit from the first 3 episodes of TNG.
Whose outfit?
Diana.
What was she? Oh, hold on. Wasn't she wearing like a
the
cheerleader?
Short skirt, blue. The short
Yep,
skirt.
The
blue
cheerleader
science
outfit.
Uniform.
The
Yep,
cheerleader
yep.
outfit.
Well, she couldn't
She
sit
was-
down in the command chair unless she showed her entire hoo-ha.
The
Yeah.
one where she constantly had to pull at the bottom of the skirt before sitting down. Yeah.
47 Alpha Tango says intergalactic cheerleader.
The thing is, that outfit, if they just had given her a normal length skirt with that, would have been perfect.
Give her a pair of pants. Come on. Pants are fine.
I don't know. I still like the skirt option with a uniform for reasons, but like I do feel that it should be person's choice, right? If they want to wear pants or a skirt.
Yep, well, that's
And that shouldn't be dictated by the costume department if you're wearing pants or skirt
oh,
as your character on something like Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
That should be up to the actor themselves if they want to.
it
yes or
got that
no.
way after season. When did they go to the 2-piece outfit? The monster maroon. Thank you. Yeah. When did they go to the 2-piece away from the jumpsuits? Because season 1 and 2 they did.
The motion picture did jump like.
Yeah.
No,
We're not going to count the
next
motion
gen
picture.
jumpsuit.
So yeah, I'm thinking next gen. I know why they did it.
The first
There's
2
back
seasons
problems.
had the
Yeah.
jumpsuits, which were very uncomfortable and weird, and then they swapped to 2-parters.
Right, they deliberately made them so tight to keep them with that really pristine look that people were having health issues, back problems from it. And they had to fight to get that fixed. I get it, it's supposed to look nice, but
Who was that blue girl in X-Men?
Rebecca Romaine.
Mystique.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mystique.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone on the planet had a reason to be disgruntled about her costume, she had.
Yep, and she went along with that. So
Yep, she went along with it.
Oh,
okay,
Well,
so
maybe San from Farscape. They went
Yeah.
really far with her blue stuff.
yeah. Oh man, she is
well,
a
she
fascinating
went really
woman.
far. She went really
The
far because
actress
she.
or
Yeah, the actress.
San?
Yeah.
The actress is an
The
amazing
actress.
woman. She was super gracious when we were chatting with her, and she spent hours just talking with my son
Yeah, but
about
You
that.
got to
She
shit
also-
chat with her? Oh my god.
Yeah, there was nobody at her booth one year at a convention.
What?
Yeah,
Aw.
uh-huh.
That
And,
would have been
Aw.
reason enough for me to go, wanna marry me?
Yep. No, she doesn't do a lot of conventions now, but she was amazing. Okay, Chosen. What
She
era would she fit
was.
in best? Stowe era or TNG era? 2364. She's in between the two. All depends on when you want to think about the TNG era ending. Is she capping out Stowe? Is she starting off TNG? So anyway, I'm showing you a character here at the Taylors. And this tune, unfortunately, doesn't have a belt option, so we're going to throw a sash on. No, that's not what we like. Let's get rid of that. Do we have a belt option here? Lower body, feet,
You mean
belt.
the lower
Yes.
section?
There we go. So the concept of a belt, see how these belts hit low on the waist? What you really want to look for is a belt that actually hits on the waistline. This would be probably the most generic idea here of a belt. I'm going to throw that on there just for the moment. And let's go with... You want to take a brighter color than the rest of the uniform. And with the focal point being the belt buckle. But the idea is that's where your eye is going to be drawn to. So with this, because of the red shoulders and the blue body, the eye is actually pulled up. So you reverse that. You make, let's say, blue shoulders and a red torso, or something more neutral like all black and pulling the eye down. if you want to go for a more shapely physique. But again, here, this makes the shoulders look broader because we have a very neutral belt. But you don't necessarily want that with a woman. You definitely want to pull the eyes down a little bit more toward the midline just to give her more of a shape without necessarily giving her a shapey shape. Let's see, 2364 would have been a couple of years before TNG Season 1 or the start of it. Okay, so you would be looking at, if she's a Rear Admiral at the beginning, well, hold, she starts, when did she start in there? She joins in 2364, so TNG would probably be my best guess, because when she gets to be Rear Admiral, she would be in TNG time. And no, I'm not giving you a belt. I am so sorry, but you do not need a belt.
Oh, you need suspenders.
You wear suspenders underneath everything.
They need to make suspenders.
Which is what they wound up doing, by the way, to keep the trousers looking really sharp and neat and pressed, as everybody was wearing suspenders underneath their jackets. Which I would imagine is equally uncomfortable. Let's see.
It's funny now that people are
Not so.
replicating the costumes from TNG or like the shows like DS9 cosplayers, and they're much more comfortable than the stuff that they had on the sets doing the shooting. And I'm like, why couldn't they
Suspenders
figure it
are
out?
a lot less uncomfortable than the entire catsuit, jumpsuit thing.
It depends on the catsuit. Certainly Jerry Ryan's catsuit would be... Oh, we have an ad going on here, so we'll go for a few minutes. Jerry Ryan's catsuit was tight. Had to be murder to wear.
It had an annoying...
I still want to have it.
Rigging. It had some sort of...
Oh yeah, it had a lot of
that
rigging.
was suspending all of it, and she was saying that it was like constantly like restraining her breathing ability, and she felt like she was in a cage.
Yeah.
It was...
Didn't they auction that off in the last couple of years?
I think they did, yeah. I can't remember who it was, if it was her or somebody else, but the costume was so tight, and the boning and ribbing that they did for structure and for appearance was so tight that they wound up getting bruised. I mean, badly bruised.
Yeah, that was her.
I think it was her, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one reason they had to switch it, is she couldn't wear it after a point.
When she swaps to the purple one, it's already more streamlined model that was less straining on her. So,
I just find it really interesting, though, because when I used to dance, we'd have leotards, either complete body leotards or two-piece leotards. Leotards are...
I don't know this word, but it sounds funny.
It's basically a one-piece swimsuit with long sleeves.
Not necessarily.
Well, it kind of resembles that. It's got the 3 buttons in the groin area at the
No,
bottom.
nope. Noopity nope, nope, nope. Absolutely not. Do you know what happens when you have 3 buttons at the bottom of that and you're dancing?
Open,
it pops open. Yes, this is something you just don't do.
For dancing, it doesn't have the 3 buttons.
Right.
But just for like the style piece, because a lot of women actually wear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
With pants.
Absolutely.
And then that's their outfit.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you Google leotard, that will show you what a dance leotard looks like. And the other thing you could look at is the equivalent of what's called a catsuit, which is a full body cover. But they stretch very nicely and they move with your body very well. And these days, you can have really nice looking ones. Actually, back in the dance days, you could have really nice looking ones.
Well, it did become like a style thing to wear, and they made much more comfortable, like, wearable suits in the 90s already. Like, I remember a lot of girls in the 90s wearing full catsuit, like, looks. And those were a lot more comfortable than what Jerry Ryan had to wear.
So I was trying to send you a link, but the link is so big it won't let me post it, Taz. But go to Amazon and Google catsuit for women, and that'll give you an idea of what a full Leo looks like. Or a unitard would be the other one.
Am I
It's
gonna
just one
laugh
piece
my ass off, or are you
body
just making
costume.
funny words at me?
Real words.
You're gonna be like, oh wait, you put a little skirt on and then you got a ballet dancer. That's it. You're just gonna see that.
Those are the two ones you're going to look for. And these are things that, all dancers wear. Because it's really easy to put on, super comfortable and flexes with your body, and is not particularly restraining. All right, so back to Chosen and the costume. So if she was a rear admiral by lower decks, then she would be a vice admiral, full admiral by Prodigy to post Picard. If that's your headcanon, then yes, absolutely. But yeah, your timeline's about right.
Mom, you didn't send me anything.
I can't. The link is so huge, it won't let me do it. So let's see if I can find a shorter link. Let me see if I can find you an image that I can send you. Let me make an image.
Oh!
Does that help?
Yep.
Those things are super comfy. They fit you. They cling tight to the body. I once bought one in white. Oh, look, Capesio's still around. Bought one in white for my sister and hand painted it to give her something really unique.
Yeah. The thing with that is, though, if actors are asked to wear them, they're very uncomfortable. And this is because the costume department usually takes a stretchy fabric 1 or 2 sizes too small.
Right,
so
exactly.
The form fits the body better.
Well, I guarantee
But then
these.
you get that pressure.
Yeah, but
when you're just buying it in your size, it is comfortable as.
But the
as a
thing is, you
second
could
skin.
buy it in your size, or they could make it in the right size because the fabric has enough stretch to remain with that nice smooth image.
Yeah, but that's not what they do in.
I know it's
film
not, but they
industry.
could. They could.
I just learned a new search word for porn.
Oh boy. Don't
Yep.
share.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Try on haul.
Try on haul.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. People, be aware. NSFW. I don't know, Chosen. I went from cadet to fleet admiral in about 90 minutes, so she could be too. The fleet admiral did take me a little bit longer. That took about 3 years.
This is why Pornhub is failing.
Everything's failing these days. The internet screws up everything. Let's see. Hate logged off.
No.
It's
Okay.
corporate greed that screws up
They did-
everything,
they did-
including the internet.
You could just go with greed.
They didn't
Well,
screw
mostly
up try
corporate
on haul.
greed.
Say that again?
They didn't screw up try on haul.
Not going there. Not going there. I am going to go get some breakfast and some more coffee. So, on behalf of everybody here at Welcome to the Moopsyverse, I'm going to get the heck out of here, go walk the dogs, take a day of chillness, probably go to classes tonight. So, may or might not be on, but don't hold your breath. And I'm going to go see if they're playing Sound of Music around here. The time it took for me to get from Vice Admiral to Fleet Admiral was the time it took for Stowe Team to raise the level cap. Yeah. Well, mine was 90 minutes because they'd raised the level cap. But to get to Fleet Admiral for the fleet took a little bit more time because he had to wait for Ver to recognize that I had some skills and capabilities. And that took a couple of years. And I'm still here. And I'm not going anywhere. Everyone have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow. So, as we like to say around here, stay moopsome.
Moopsome.
are you? We are the knights who say...
Moopsy.
And I will make it a threesome.
Do you even hear yourself?
Lizard. Computer deactivate iguana.
How dare you!